some kind of charisma going on, because there's been a lot of speculation in the press that he had an affair with her as well.
Dude, is he just a freaking, like, what? Is he just that good? Does he just have the biggest wrist known to mankind?
Especially not when you have a 5-star max-level captain.
Holy shit!
A man who mysteriously rose from here.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Not a single chance. He's probably just rich, money. Oh my god, you're right. You're right. Maybe he just has good riz. I doubt it.
Bruh.
I highly doubt it, honestly.
Bruh.
My name is Juvira Arachne, and welcome to the web! I'm a Spider Vtuber hoping to cure your arachnophobia, if you have one, of course. If you do, that's great, I will cure you. If you don't, I'm behind you right now, giving you tremendous, crazy back shots. Yes, exactly. And today, we shall be watching the Cost of Concordia. It is another Internet Historian video. As always, we have the Twitch chat right here with me today for this video. And if you guys want to be a part of that, make sure you head over to twitch.tv/JuviraArachne to be a part of the gang, a part of the web, you know? But yes, let's head right into it, shall we? Let's go! Okay, it's fast.
Cost of Concordia.
Cost of Concordia.
Ship of dreams. It's been 8 years.
8 years.
I can still smell the buffets from their 5
Wow.
restaurants. The casino and
There's a
3-story
casino?
theater had hardly been used.
Beautiful.
The gym.
A
the
gym.
Day spa.
The spa.
Sheets in 1,500 luxurious cabins.
Oh my god.
Been slept in. Cost of Concordia cost
Wow.
$570 million to build. And you could tell. You could really
Yeah. Wow. The Costa Concordia. Wow. Okay.
I remember it like it was just a few years ago.
Okay.
We had left Civitavecchia.
Wow, I've
a
never
port
actually
in
seen that
Rome,
before.
And we were making our way to Savona.
Okay.
It was day 2 of our 7-day journey.
Ooh.
But that ship, she was cursed.
She was cursed?
When she premiered, the traditional bottle of champagne bounced right off the side instead of smashing.
A bad omen. But I'm not the superstitious type. Nothing could go wrong on Friday the 13th of January 2012, on the 100th year anniversary of the Titanic, on a ship that's also only safely
That's a
rated
thing?
for 2-compartment flooding. Especially not when you have a 5-star max-level captain
Holy
like Francisco
shit!
Scatino. A man who mysteriously rose from head of security to the position of captain within just a couple of years.
He knows exactly what to do in case of an emergency.
For example,
Surely.
when he caused this emergency in 2008 when he crashed into a port in Sicily. And in 2010 in Warnemünde, Germany, when he was steering a...
You're letting this man drive the ship when he has literally shipwrecked 3 times before? Nah. No goddamn way, bro. Guys, what's your opinions on cruises? Yo, type in the YouTube comments if you like cruises or not, and if you would like to experience one. Honestly, I would totally be okay with doing a cruise, but not if it's like, if it costs an arm and a leg, dude. Especially not if it freaking sinks.
different ship and came into port too fast and caused another collision.
This guy,
I've got a good feeling about this.
I've got a good feeling
So let's
about
set the
this.
scene.
Of course.
It's a beautiful evening.
January the
People are having
13th.
fun on the slides, drinks at the bar. Antonio
Dude, this
Magnolfi
does look
is
really
playing
cool, though.
piano at the restaurant. Martin the Magician is setting
I'm
up
not
for his
gonna
show.
lie. This
And
looks
the
really
ship
cool.
is setting up for a little detour.
It's called a sail-by salute.
A sail-by
You
salute.
get real close to the shore and honk the horn. The
Okay.
locals hate it, but the customers love it, and it's a tradition.
Oh, it's a
Scatino,
tradition.
the captain,
Of course.
comes into the dining hall with the lady, Dominica
God.
Samorton. Remember this
Okay.
face because you'll be seeing a lot of it later.
Uh-oh,
Scatino
I'm
eats his
scared.
dinner with her and socializes for a little while. Then
Okay.
he, Dominica, and the maitre d' finish up and excuse themselves. They're heading to the bridge. It's time for that
To the-
sail-by salute. This time, they're going to get closer than ever.
Uh-oh.
Just 1,500 feet from the island of Gili.
Uh-oh.
And how are they going to determine this distance? Well, of course, the captain is going to eyeball it.
The cat.
Apparently, it's not an uncommon thing to do. Scatino turns to
is
the fella
why.
steering, his helmsman, Jacob Russlibin.
Okay.
First interesting
King?
tidbit. Costa Crociere has hired Jacob from Indonesia at a rock bottom price, and he's a bit of a newbie to the job. In fact, his profession hitherto, a painter and a cleaner. It's his first time steering a massive ship, and he's very excited. At least, we think he is. It's hard to tell because he doesn't speak English
Why?
or Italian very well at all. Off to a good start. The second in command orders the helmsman to 290. Now, don't be confused by these numbers, they're just the degrees on a compass. At the same time, the captain whips out his cell phone and
would
calls
you do
former
that?
Captain Mario Palombo, who lives on the island.
Okay.
They chat about the safe distance to Giglio's shores. It's all very casual.
Alright.
Anyway, Mario says that the safe distance is between 0.3 and 0.4 miles from shore.
Okay.
The captain is going all in. This
He's
is not
going
his first sail-by
all
salute,
in.
so he's confident in what he's doing.
Oh.
We're going closer than we've ever been before. The captain's
Dude.
eyeballing it again. New heading of 300, he tells the helmsman. Downstairs, Martin is about to cut his assistant in half. And of course,
Oh,
that
she's
means
about
that
to be
there's
cut in
already
half,
a lady
actually.
inside this box. She's waiting for the cue, and then she'll poke her legs out. The
Okay.
captain is giving more orders. Pulling gently to 310. Increase speed to 16 knots. Going this fast is going to be a fatal error. But before we talk about that, let's talk about another big problem. Language barrier. Because at this point, the captain says 325, but the helmsman relays 315. So the
Why, guys? Why would we do this? Why? I am begging you. I'm begging you. Like, why would we have a humongous ship, millions of dollars, and we let a guy drive the ship who has literally driven 3 times, or 2 times actually, into other ships into shit before. And we have another that can't even speak English? Whose idea was this? Whose idea was it? I need to know. Oh, Juvie, it gets worse. You're joking. It can't get worse.
first officer intervenes, and he goes, no, 335.
No.
Which is also wrong. And then the captain clarifies, no, 325.
325.
The helmsman confirms 325.
Okay.
Their poor communication has them moving at a much wider angle than they think they are.
Oh.
However, the captain should and would know this, except for the next problem, complacency about procedure. The standard procedure of a ship this large is for the third officer to give exact positional coordinates every time the captain gives a new directional order. But
Okay.
they're not doing that. 330, he says.
330!
The helmsman relays 330. The ship
330.
reaches 16 knots. The captain then turns to the second officer and instructs him to go to the left wing. That's these things here, and they basically exist so you can get a better view over the whole vessel. A few seconds pass.
Okay.
The mood starts to turn. Scatino notices white foam of waves breaking against the rocks directly in front of him in the distance. The Cost of Concordia, right now, is almost 700 meters
It's
closer to
cooked.
the rocks than it should be. Without
It's
deviation,
cooked.
there is going to be a direct collision.
The
Scatino
Titanic!
immediately commands
dumber
the ship
version
to
of
start
it.
turning away. 335.
335!
The captain shouts, 340.
340!
The captain yells, 350.
350!
Now, remember how I said that accelerating to 16 knots was a fatal error? Well, that's because it's made this ship incapable of such a drastic turn. What they've got is understeer. Here's an example.
The front end is not working. You're turning, and you're just going straight. You want to go over here, but you're going to end up over here.
So despite the order of 350,
we're getting
now,
worse.
The bow is still only pointing at 327.
We're getting worse.
Not nearly enough.
We're getting worse.
And oh no, it's about to get worse.
Oh
that
no!
language barrier again. In these critical moments where every second counts, the helmsman wrongly relays 340. The captain snaps back. 350 starboard, or we end up on the rocks. The third officer goes to assist the helmsman.
Oh.
Now, don't get confused by the orders from here. We're changing over to rudder instructions.
Oh
The
god.
captain yells, starboard 10, starboard 20, and still it's not enough. Hard to starboard. That means as hard as
Jesus
it'll go.
Christ.
But at this point, even if they clear these rocks, they need to get the rest of the ship to swing around it. So the captain yells, midship, which centers the rudder. The bow is now less than 150 meters from Skull Rock.
Oh my god.
Port 10. But the helmsman only gets to port 5 before another order is given 2 seconds later. Port 20.
Port 20!
They might just avoid disaster here, maybe.
Oh my
But then,
god.
oh no. One more time, the helmsman cocks up at the worst possible moment. The helmsman goes to starboard instead of port, undoing the swing. 8 seconds later, he realizes the error and corrects, but it's too late. He has just turned a probable near miss into a sure hit.
It's
All
caked.
they can do now is hold on as the bow of the ship narrowly passes by the rocks. Hard to port!
Hard to port!
The second officer yells, "We're gonna hit!"
We're gonna hit!
Collision.
Bomb. Bomb! Hello? Beautiful. Beautiful. It's all falling. It's all going apart. It's cooked. It is beautifully cooked, guys. Honestly, being on this cruise must have been so freaking scary. Did people die? I wonder.
Downtown, Nordtown.
Beautiful.
It's
Let's
day
see this.
56 of playing Russian roulette. Seems I never win.
Gonna drink all by yourself?
Drinking all by
Somebody has
yourself,
to.
handsome?
I hear you're a man who's good at finding folks.
I'm many things.
I'm looking for this
Okay.
fella. I got to find him. It's breaking my little heart.
I'll see what I can do. I have
Okay.
contacts in thousands of servers in dozens of countries across the
Okay,
globe.
okay.
And just like that, she was gone. The only thing she left was a calling card.
Oh my god.
Sometimes when you follow a case, it follows you back.
Oh shit, guys.
NordVPN can protect my online data
NordVPN!
from myself. When they said this job gets easier, it was just another lie.
It's just another lie.
Forensics found his password spread all the way down the block.
No.
In a perfect world, we'd all use NordVPN.
Very
but I
true.
guess this isn't that kind of story.
Very true.
I took the brakes off my car. Man like me never really learned how to stop.
Exactly.
I took the steering wheel out too. I let the road take me where I'm supposed to be.
Beautiful.
That's right, Toots. Your husband's dead. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Go to nordvpn.com.
Beautiful ad.
for a huge discount.
Beautiful goddamn ad. Oh my god.
Ad over.
Ad over, guys.
The ship hits
Lock
rocks
in.
on the port.
Dude, can I just say, if I ever make ads, I want to make them exactly as he does. Or if I had a company, I would hire this guy 100% to make an ad. I would 100% go specifically to this guy to get an ad. Anyways, let's keep going.
Side. A 53-meter gash opens up in the hull.
Oh my god, that's so
Thousands
scary!
of tons of water begin pouring in. A loud scraping and bang is heard by all passengers. At the helm, there's panic. Rumblings in the dining room. Martin awkwardly pauses his act as he's helping his assistant into the box. Meanwhile, the lady inside is trapped and terrified. There's confusion across the ship. All of the crew off shift come back on duty. All officers run to the bridge. Technical crews run down.
I wonder
to the
if there's
lower
like a
decks
video
to assess
about this
damage.
or like a
On
movie.
connection with the rocks, they lose propulsion and slow to 8.3 knots, and they are now adrift. Close the watertight doors at stern.
Oh my god, that's so
Enormous
scary.
volumes of water are pouring in. So much so that within 29 seconds of collision, all 6 engines stop working through flooding. 22 seconds later, a blackout happens. Lights, electrics, the water pumps too, everything. The captain orders the helmsman.
Could you go
hard
overboard?
starboard. This is
Could
the
you swim to
final
the
position of
shore
the rudder before power
in this
to that
case?
too is lost. The Cost of Concordia, now without power, is drifting starboard, plunged into absolute darkness. A quick breakdown of the flooding.
Okay.
When the Concordia struck land, it tore open 3 watertight compartments. At first, compartment 5, which filled very rapidly. Then
Too far
6
to
more
swim?
slowly,
Damn.
4 shortly after. Then 7, 8, and 3. Modern ships are built to withstand 2 compartment breaches. These compartments especially, though, are a problem because they contain the engines and the electrics. These main generators
Some
give
tried, I
power to the
believe.
whole ship.
Did they
From
die?
propulsion motors to rudder to hotel functions. Pretty much everything. When they went out, the ship was a functionless
My
sinking
turn to explode.
cave. A few seconds later, the emergency batteries for
Okay,
internal
emergency
lighting and
batteries.
communications kick on.
Okay.
When the lights come back on, Martin has vanished. He's ditched the stage. And it caused a huge
That
panic in the
is-
theater as passengers are trying to flee to their cabins and to muster stations.
Why would
People
you flee to
already
your
in their
cabins?
Come out and start putting on life vests. Staff rally and try to calm everyone down.
I tried to go somewhere else in my cabin, I'm not gonna lie.
Please return to your cabins. The emergency generator
What do you mean return
starts.
to your cabins, bro?
All of the watertight doors close except for door 12, which is jammed. The captain
No.
calls Pilon, the chief engineer, as the ship begins to list on the port side. There's water coming in? Yes, there's water. But where? The engine room. But a lot of water? Yes! There's water, you can't go down. Let's go down the other side. In a moment, we'll start the pumps. I'll let you know.
That's so
In the theater,
insane.
the whole magic box apparatus slides right off the stage and falls into the crowd, further increasing panic. On the bridge, an announcement is being prepared. They are going to lie to prevent a panic. Let's just say we have a
No.
blackout. The deputy chief engineer enters the engine control room.
Okay,
He
Alberto.
confirms to the bridge that at least compartments 5, 6, and 7 are flooded.
Oh.
Announcements are made.
Oh no!
To inform you that due to an electrical fault, which is currently under control,
They lied.
Our technicians are working to resolve the situation, and will inform you.
Actually, I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know what you do in this situation. Would you lie to help and prevent a terror breaking out? Or would you actually, like, be honest about it and tell that, yeah, you don't want to panic, right? Yeah, no. I think it's better to lie in this case, I suppose. Guys, make sure you type in the YouTube comments if you think that lying would be a better solution than telling the truth.
Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for your... Oh,
Coincidentally, at the same time in the restaurant, they're playing My Heart Will Go On, and it's very much not helping the situation. The captain calls the Costa Crisis Unit.
That's funny.
Roberto Ferrarini. He tells the crisis unit that they've hit a rock, that
We've
they're
hit a
assessing
rock.
damages, and that they are also in a blackout. The crisis office
Okay.
says to reverse the ship up onto shore. Well, how are you going to do that? You don't have power to the rudder, let alone the engine.
yeah?
Hoist the sails? Anyway, around this time, the wind direction creates a starboard list, and the ship begins to turn anyway, drifting right back towards the shore, which is a very good thing because you want the ship to end up as close to shore as possible. A panicked passenger senses that something is off. This isn't like any electrical problem that she's ever seen. Plus, there was a massive crashing noise, and now the ship is tilting. So, she contacts her daughter in Italy. The daughter then calls the police, and the police call the harbour master. While that goes on, a conversation between Pilon and Ambrosio. The diesel is not starting. The captain asks the engine room, but where have we made contact? Thinking that the incoming water can be reduced. Captain, here everything is lost. The electrical panel, everything. They're saying at this point that the ship is going down.
Yeah, it's
The
gonna.
captain calls Roberta
People are gonna
Ferrarini
drown
again.
inside of the freaking
Actually,
things.
2 compartments have been flooded, but don't worry, the ship's stability isn't in danger. Wrong.
That's a lie.
Passengers begin going to muster stations on their own initiative. The cruise director says, "We have a lot of people at muster stations that I do not want to fall overboard. Do we make an announcement to tell them to go to the lounges?" Bozio says, "I think that's best." The harbour master from Livorno calls the ship. The captain tells them that we just have a blackout. How
We
long has
just
this blackout been going on?
Why
About
would you
20
lie
minutes.
here? Why would you lie here?
You ask passengers to put on life vests? It's just a blackout. I gotta go. The harbour master is suspicious. He says to his superiors that he thinks something more is going on. He calls a patrol boat to the area and asks them to look at the ship. Another problem. The fan on the emergency diesel generator isn't
We're just
working
getting worse and worse.
Pelon manually has to turn the thing on and off with a screwdriver
getting worse
so
and
that
worse.
it doesn't overheat and cause a fire. The captain is on the phone to the lower decks asking pointless questions like, is it still flooded?
Is it still
Yes.
flooded?
Yes, it is. The captain is essentially in denial of the situation. The harbour master calls again.
Dude, ow.
Finally, he says, the ship is taking on water through an opening in the left side.
Why
and
would
the
you
ship is
lie?
listing."
Why?
With no one dead or injured. The harbour master asks if he needs help. Just a towboat? When in reality, they need a full rescue. With 3
They need a
compartments
full
flooded, the
rescue,
captain
bro.
finally
Why are you
realizes
saying
that things
no?
are really bad, and they are not going to improve.
Dude, are we serious?
The Coast Guard orders every
Are we
available ship to the
serious?
sea. Meanwhile, up with the passengers, the cruise director's assistant says, everything's under control.
Yeah, everything's
Please
under control, don't
return
worry
to
about
your
it,
cabins
huh?
or hang about in lounges, no problem. She said this despite knowing it was wrong and that it further endangered lives. Most passengers at this point, though, aren't listening to this nonsense, and they're busy figuring out how to abandon ship.
Yeah,
Bang, bang,
abandon
bang,
ship.
bang, bang, bang. Local television has already picked up the story, and they begin broadcasting
Really?
live radio feed from the bridge. Captain, the passengers are going on board the boats. Okay, let them go to shore. So then general emergency? Wait, let me talk to Ferrarini. We risk the emergency generators that do not have cooling. It has cooling problems, 100 degrees. The cooling fan has stopped. Pelon calls the bridge and tells the safety officer they need to evacuate. The safety officer relays this to the captain, but after no response, he orders the engine room to evacuate on his own. The captain says, no, stay.
Stay!
Leave it. So what do we do? General emergency?
What shall we do? I am so incredibly, like, I can't even, like, understand. This captain, bro. Like, why? Why? I don't understand. Why? Yeah, this story was a wild ride, dude. Oh my god, I don't understand. Juvira would be a better captain. She can't even drive a car. Truth, nuke. Ask for emergency. This is an emergency freaking situation, man. People are going overboard. They can die. This captain's trying to cover your ass tactics so he cannot be blamed afterwards. That is why he's constantly deferring to the judgment of his higher-ups. That's insane, dude. Why would you ever put a captain that has sunken 2 boats, well, not sunken, but has injured 2 boats before? That's my question. Why would you take this guy as captain?
The captain tells Ferrarini that he's abandoning ship. Abandoned ship. Another announcement is made.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. The situation is under control. Please remain calm.
Yeah, sure, man.
Proceed to your muster station. They're located
Oh, I feel so bad for the kid.
The Livorno Coast Guard calls again. The captain declares distress. The Coast Guard officially calls for rescue operations. They contact Pietro Mille,
Pietro
the helicopter
Mille!
base commander, who then calls in every available pilot as he rushes down to the helicopter.
Okay, king
Pelon
shit.
shuts down the emergency generator for the final time.
Okay.
The first rescue vessel arrives.
Let's
By
go!
this point, the
Rescue!
lifeboats are already going. Luckily, the ship is
Okay.
very close to shore.
Yeah.
Oh, perhaps too close to shore. The ship forcefully runs aground, creating an uneven center of gravity.
Oh no.
And it begins heavily listing starboard.
Oh,
the
no.
captain issues a general emergency on board. The announcement to abandon ship is finally called and alarms ring out. And with that comes panic. And now that they're listing, with many of the lifeboats too awkwardly positioned to enter the water, there aren't enough readily available, and they have to start going back and forth
That's
to the shore,
actually
picking people up and dropping
so
them off.
scary.
The patrol boats report to the Livorno harbour master that the ship has run aground and is listing
This is actually
heavily.
so scary. Oh my
So
god,
the
imagine
harbour
being
master
there.
asks the captain about it, and the captain says, no, the ship is still floating.
Like you just hear
In
screaming
fact, we're trying to
constantly.
maneuver it onto the shore. They know he's lying.
Hold on, I'm reversing it. Beep,
The captain then says to bottom up the starboard anchor. So they drop out the anchors, but let out too much chain, effectively rendering them useless. The deputy mayor of Giglio, Mario Pellegrini, and tobacco shop owner Giovanni Rossi
getting worse.
arrive at the
Just
harbor.
worse
They
and
watch
worse.
the scene unfold. As the first of the lifeboats arrive on shore, the deputy mayor takes the initiative and races to board one of the lifeboats, returning to the ship, and starts trying to find someone in charge. He gives up and starts.
He goes in
passing.
himself?
Scatino tells everyone to leave and take radios,
Okay.
but not before changing out of his uniform and into a nice suit. Priorities. Dimitri Christidis and Sylvia Coronica leave with him. The maitre d' and Sir Morton both get out of there. By this point, approximately 300 people are still on the ship. Millet reaches the helicopter base. The first helicopter, a slow-moving Augusta Bell, was already rising from the tarmac for the hour-long flight south. Bozio is the last crew member left on the bridge, coordinating evacuation. He then leaves to help passengers board lifeboats. The bridge is now abandoned. And then, the ship's black box stops working. Apparently there are technical problems with it. That means, from here, things are going to get a little foggy in detail. A while later, rescue helicopters arrive, but they're struggling to find the ship because they're expecting it to still be well above water. Passengers are scaling down the port side by ladder as lifeboats return to pick them up.
I'm hoping people got out, dude.
Oh my goodness. It was no joking, amor.
Jesus. Oh my god, Dominic!
You're not allowed to make a film movie.
I'm allowed.
Who say you are?
A second
She's
helicopter,
out, dude.
a faster model, sets off.
The
ship
box
stops healing and
died.
comes to a final resting place. Now the Coast Guard calls the captain because he's just learnt that the captain has abandoned ship. The captain claims, no, actually I slipped and I fell into one of the lifeboats. Ooh, I'm a klutz. But now that I'm I may as well head back to shore. DeFalco tells
This
the
guy!
captain to get the fuck back on board.
Get!
And the captain kind of acts
Wait, he actually said
confused
that?
and then effectively refuses. So the captain makes it to shore. From here, we only have mainstream news reports to rely on, so it's not going to be super accurate. But they say that Giglio's police chief then finds 110 survivors on the rocks at Point Gatianara. And among them is the captain. It's not known whether the captain helped anyone while he was there, and in fact, the police chief claimed that he just sat on the rocks and watched other people do the rescuing. A while later, a rescue boat picks up the captain and takes him to the harbour. He speaks to the police. He then finds the ship's onboard chaplain, Father Rafael Molina, and cries to him for about 15 minutes. Then he goes to the harbour master's office to receive probably the biggest dressing down of his entire life. Port authorities ask the taxi driver to take the captain back to his hotel. The captain takes the 30-second
He should go to jail, in fact.
According to the cabbie, he was beaten like a dog. He was cold and afraid. He only asked me where he could buy a pair of fresh socks.
You should go to jail if you ask me.
But then he perked right up again and gave an interview to a news crew. He told them that he was the last to leave.
The captain is usually the last to abandon ship. What happened, Captain?
We were the last to leave the ship.
Guys, there's one thing that I hate the most. And it's the most selfish, bitchless mother frickers on this earth. Like, this guy is so selfish. He's a liar. He's selfish. And I hate this guy. This guy disgusts me. If you ask me, this guy should be in prison. Anyways.
Rescuers search for people on the ship. On Sunday morning, a South Korean couple is found in their cabin, safe but shivering. They had slept through the crash and woke up unable to exit their cabin.
No!
The last survivor, Manrico Giampandroni, was found with a broken leg. He was the cabin's service director.
Wait, so they found them, right?
32 people died. The final body wasn't discovered until nearly 3 years later. A crew member, Russell Rebello, and it's believed that he died a hero helping passengers off the ship. The Cost of Concordia was the largest cruise ship disaster since the Titanic. And then there's the ship. This is what happens to a 110,000-ton cruise liner.
That makes me mad. Nobody helped him.
In the ocean.
Dude, these are the pictures. Wow. That is sad. That is so sad. Oh my god, that is dystopian as hell, dude. This could have been all avoided. This could have been all so easily avoided if you didn't have this stupid ass captain.
What most people know is that the Cost of Concordia had crashed, many dead, and that the captain abandoned ship like a coward.
Yeah.
But there's a whole veritable spaghetti of details to untangle.
Oh god.
Let's dive in.
Okay.
There they are. The deets.
The deets! Okay. Is that guy okay? Looting?
Loot box time. The Cost of Concordia was more than just a floating resort. There's a mall, a casino, cha-ching, cha-ching. This iron chest was full of safes and cash registers and expensive fittings. And there were plenty of gamers prepared to sneak by authorities and try their luck in the hot zone.
No
Within
way.
days, police divers reported that valuable items, once seen lying around the ship, were now missing. High-end liquor, expensive furniture, dining sets, cash from the casino, cash registers, jewelry and display cabinets,
That is
Japanese
so
woodblock
funny.
prints by famous 18th century artists, as well as the iconic bell, which hung from the bridge of the ship.
That got stolen too?
Who steals a big fuck-off bell? Even the server admins were getting involved. 4 divers who were part of the company contracted to refloat the Concordia were spotted on CCTV, sneaking out to the ship.
That's hilarious.
Dispatched, and the men were caught inside the fancy suites with rucksacks full of stolen goods. The 4 men are charged with stealing and thieving and pinching. Later on, stolen as well as legitimate items found their way to Amazon and eBay. Chips from the casino, postcards, and cabin access cards became highly sought after.
Dude, I wonder how much they made.
Some Australian guy even made a listing for the ship itself, advertising it as for buyer to collect. And although there were plenty of bidders, eBay pulled the plug.
That's so funny. That is hilarious. I'm sorry. That is actually so funny. The relationship?
I know you want to see Scatino go to jail, and we'll get to that. But first, we have to talk about
Oh my god, he did get to jail. Okay, good.
Dominika Samorton.
That was a close one.
There was speculation that she was on the bridge that evening because she was the captain's mistress.
Intense media speculation reports that her presence distracted the captain.
They both denied their love for years and maintained that they were just friends. Although she did later admit to the media that she found him handsome. And how could you not?
You were so fucking precious when you smiled.
But she says there was no romantic link between them.
That's
Some
BS.
people would like to believe, they want to know I have something with him. It's more interesting. It's like, you know, some
You did.
spicy in the story.
Miss Samorton also
You
loved
did.
the spotlight, however.
Everyone, oh no!
And took several interviews.
Of course.
But as the pressure
Oh my
mounted
god.
upon her, she began making ominous threats to Scatino.
What?
Saying he must confess, and that you have but 1 week to come clean. But things from here get weird.
Spicy.
Samorton is a bit of a wild card. In a subsequent interview, she claimed a helicopter came to the ship well before the other rescue craft to take away a package. Huh?
A package?
And what was that package? Drugs, apparently.
What?
So rumors began that the ship was running narcotics for the mafia. And not without proof, a number of cruise ships, even recently, have been caught trafficking drugs. As an aside, Scatino was tested for drugs immediately after the crash. He tested negative for drugs in his system, but trace amounts of cocaine were found in a hair sample.
In his hair?
And less dry?
Nonetheless, the Concordia was searched and no drugs were reportedly ever found. How did we get here? Oh, right, a helicopter.
Right.
Samorton commented on it again the next day and said, actually, that helicopter was just for the captain as a means of evacuation from the ship. Okay, wait. So she expected to get some sort of first-class rescue while everyone else was still stuck on the ship?
That's funny.
Wait, how did we get here? Oh, right. Sex with the captain.
Yeah!
Divers were quick to head to the captain's cabin, where they found Miss Sir Morton's lingerie and other articles of clothing, as well as a makeup bar. The jig was up, but they continued denying it. Sir Morton mostly faded from international attention until she was told to appear before the court to present witness testimony. The judge pressed her to be truthful about their relationship, or she would be held in contempt.
Either tell me the truth or shut up.
So finally, she admitted.
It fell in his room when the ship hit. Yeah, surely. The lingerie from this woman just fell into my lap all of a sudden. It is nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. It just happened to me, you know? I mean, it could be his. True, could be his. That is very true. You're right.
Yes.
Yes.
I had a sentimental relationship with the captain.
Stop.
But now, stop asking about my private life.
She got angry.
What is up, Trouble Alert Nation?
Trouble Alert Nation!
This wife with C-Mortan. Oh my god!
She and Scatino had been having an affair for several weeks. She also said that on the night she boarded, she didn't have a ticket.
Ticket, please.
And didn't need to pay because nobody questions you when you're the captain's lover.
Of course.
She gave another confusing interview after leaving court.
I want to say that today is the second time I die, because the first time I died in the night of the crash with my psychological brain and problems.
What is she talking about?
Today I died the second time because, of course, people find out something that I try to hide.
Subsequent to the trial, she used her fame in Moldova to become a political activist, often appearing on television and radio and in articles covering protests, accompanied by pictures of her being arrested by police.
Okay! Yo! What is she doing? Oh my god, what is she doing? What is she doing? Yeah, she must be on drugs, actually. You're right.
It was some stuff about victims of violence, women's rights,
girl power,
yada yada yada. And interestingly, part of the push to block the sale of shares of Moldova's train network to Russia.
Sure.
Other than that, I don't really know what she's been up to. Let me just check on her Insta. Oh god, not again.
Get this woman away! Get this woman away right now!
Civil suits were quickly lodged against Cost of Concordia, and their parent company,
Get this woman away from the
saw a
damn
share
thing!
drop of 23%.
Oh my god.
Passengers sought compensation for their damaged mental health, lost belongings, and loved ones.
Either they allowed him to divert from his course, or they didn't know where their billion-dollar ship was.
Within a few days, facing financial and media pressure, the CEO attempted to join the bandwagon against the captain and the crew.
Easy clap.
That was not the ordinary route that the ship was taking at the time.
Okay.
And was not only taking, but at the time the ship was...
Claiming that the ship was not approved to deviate from the route.
Yeah.
But that wasn't true. Approval isn't required if the ship is deviating by less than 15 miles, or that it was against company rules. Also untrue, because investigators found that they didn't have any rules about deviating route, and they tacitly encouraged sail by salutes.
Don't?
Now, in response to the civil suits, Cost of Concordia offered passengers 11,000 euros each as compensation.
That's kind of small.
That is not a lot.
About $14,000 is the minimum compensation under international law when a ship is abandoned.
This was to reimburse them for their
Hold on a second. How much did they pay for the ticket? Because, like, if you don't get the amount of the ticket plus more to get, like, completely refunded and to come, you know, clean about all the problems that you've had during the ship's cruise, the trauma, holy man.
As well as any costs they accrued in having to unexpectedly travel home early.
And that was supposed to release them from everything and anything that has to do with this accident.
That is
I cannot
daring.
Ask for more than this.
A lot of passengers, understandably, were not too happy with this deal, and they refused to take the money.
Yeah.
You think the offer is an insult?
For what these poor passengers went through.
Yeah, that is a daring thing to do.
Is not commensurate.
Here, take
it.
Even now.
Is not commensurate.
Later, Cost of Concordia would lodge a plea deal with the Tuscany court to pay a €1 million fine to avoid a criminal trial. The judge agrees. Cost of Concordia is now off the hook for all criminal liability for the whole thing. They've washed their hands of the incident and flecked the residual droplets of responsibility onto the faces of 6 staff members. Passengers and relatives of the dead are livid that the company has been able to avoid criminal responsibility.
Yeah.
Offered is not commensurate.
All of them should face it. All of them should face it.
By the way, the residents of the island of Giglio also banded together and sought damages. They didn't get much. Eventually, passengers who refused the initial compensation of $11,000 joined civil parties against Scatino in his trial in 2015.
Is not commensurate.
They were awarded €30,000 each. Other cases, especially those involving lost relatives, are settled for undisclosed amounts.
Okay. Yup. There's the next one. What's up? Scams!
New York attorney Peter Renee traveled to Budapest to represent 6 real survivors of the disaster.
At Renee and Renee, we personally work on every case.
And we'll work harder than anyone to get you the most money possible
in
the shortest amount of time.
Oh no.
And while on the job, a 7th case cropped up via email.
You got
An
mail!
elderly woman, Alona, said,
"Help me, Mr. Ronai, for I have lost my daughter, Eva, and my 5-year-old granddaughter, Roxana."
So Mr. Renai agreed to speak with her.
Okay.
However, there were some inconsistencies in her story.
Oh.
Neither Eva nor Roxana were on the passenger list. Odd. But Costa is known for having stowaways. Still, Mr. Renai was suspicious.
Yeah. Was that Asmongold? Yes, it was.
Renai inquired further about why she was on board, especially without a tip. Ilona said,
"Well, I don't know, but you should ask her boyfriend.
Zolt Horvath.
He'll know all the details."
"I'm up all night. I'm going crazy," he said. But Mr. Renai was still suspicious.
Yeah, I would be too.
Asked, "How much money do you think this is worth?"
Nothing.
This is a huge red flag, Petey. In 20 years
There's
of doing
no way
this,
he
you've
takes
never
this,
had
right?
anyone ask about money. Why now? So Mr. Renai hired an investigator and sent photos around of the missing girl. The next day, the phone rang. Oh, hoi hoi. It was the boyfriend again. Look, there's been a bit of a misunderstanding and the child isn't missing at all. Uh-huh. And then he claimed he was confused because he had done too many drugs the night before. Oh. Okay, can I speak to the daughter then? At first, he was refused. So Renai said that he'd have to file a missing persons report to the police if he couldn't. The boyfriend relented. That night, Renai met with Zolt and brought the police with him. He speaks to the granddaughter and asks her if she's seen Mum. "Yeah, I saw her today." "Oh, really?" "Yeah, we went to the park today and we went on the swings." Oh no, the jig was up. So the mum walks into the room sheepishly. "It's a miracle." And the story changed again. "Okay, I'm not dead, but I did injure my leg when I jumped from the ship. And then I immediately flew back to Budapest. Although don't worry about checking my leg because there are no visible marks."
What are we doing, bro?
Oh, Petey, I'm beginning to think they weren't even on the boat. Also, it turns out this lady isn't her mum, it's just a neighbor. Eventually, Renee managed to make the pair confess, and then they said, "Hey, we haven't done anything wrong. We haven't taken any money." And in the end, it looks like there'll be no criminal punishment for the scam, because Hungary, a former communist country, has no laws against insurance fraud on the books.
You're kidding.
The law firm that never sleeps. Call 1-800-6647.
Dude!
That's a very bad idea.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no!
Mario, would you teach me some
Italian?
Oh, of course.
Of course!
Get back on board for fuck's sake.
Get on board for fuck's sake!
Thanks. Gregorio De Felco, the naval officer who shouted at Scatino to "Vada a bordo caso," became a bit of a national hero overnight in
That's
Italy.
so funny.
He, like the rest of the world, expected Scatino to go down with the ship.
True? True? Nah!
And when the captain chickened out, DeFalco was there to admonish him. And when he stopped answering the radio, he called him on his cell phone to continue putting him on blast.
I will really hurt you.
When the
I will
captain first
cut.
reported just a blackout, DeFalco didn't believe the story and immediately began preparing a rescue effort, which likely saved several lives. His actions
It's a bit
were
more
applauded
personal,
by
for
most
fuck's sake.
Italians who were tired of their public
Oh.
servants being corrupt and avoiding responsibility. Accordingly, shirts sporting Vada a bordo caso were being printed by the end of the week. Others setting it as their phone's ringtone. But then, in September 2014, without warning, DeFalco was transferred to an admin role in the Coast Guard.
Hear what I said? You've been demoted.
DeFalco said that he had been passed up for promotion, that he had also not been told which admin office he was even being transferred to, and that it all effectively cancelled 10 years of his career. DeFalco was Tres Furioso. And there was public speculation that it was owing to bad blood between himself and Admiral Delano, his former boss.
way.
His status among the public overshadowed his superior in many ways. On the other hand, his boss said, no, it's part of a normal career progression for naval officers and that he must show more maturity and professionalism to advance his career. Now, it's hard to know what's true in office politics, so let's leave that alone. And anyway, in 2018, DeFalco said buenas noches, you later, to the Italian Navy to become a politician. In March that year, he was elected to the Italian Senate, serving as a member for Livorno. He still serves there today.
I'm the captain now.
Okay. Tres Furioso's very angry. Jail time!
The day after the disaster, Schettino was taken into custody by police.
I'm so glad he got taken into jail.
However, it was clear that this would not be a straightforward investigation. So the judge released him under house arrest at his home in Sorrento, a town in Napoli. By July of that year, the house arrest was relaxed and he was allowed within this general area. While under house arrest, he wrote a book with this journalist from Rai magazine. I have no idea what it says. I don't speak Italian.
La mamma mia!
He must have some kind of charisma going on, because there's been a lot of speculation in the press that he had an affair with her as well.
Dude, is he just a freaking, like, what? Is he just that good? Does he just have the biggest wrist known to mankind?
Especially not when you have a 5-star max level captain.
Holy shit!
A man who mysteriously rose from here.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Not a single chance. He's probably just rich money. Oh my god, you're right. You're right. Maybe he just has good riz. I doubt it.
Bruh.
I highly doubt it, honestly.
Not content with abandoning his ship, this dude is determined to abandon his wife as well. So, Schettino and 5 others are facing criminal charges. Straight away, everyone lodges a plea bargain with the court. And all of those plea bargains are accepted, except for Schettino's. And the condition of everyone's reduced sentences are that they must provide witness testimony against Schettino.
He touched me.
Ciro, Jacob, and Silvia were all given suspended sentences.
Damn.
Roberto and Manrico are able to opt for community service or house arrest. Not a bad deal.
Yeah, a good deal, I
That meant
suppose.
that Schettino was now all on his own.
Uh-oh.
Ciro, the first officer, was the first to give his testimony. On the witness stand, he claimed that Schettino was distracted by his mistress and other guests on the bridge.
No, bro.
That there was confusion over who was in command.
No, bro.
Then it was Jacob's turn. And he said, Lamau XD, because he didn't actually bother with his testimony or his reduced sentence. He just fled the country. It took authorities 12 months to eventually track him down on the outskirts of Jakarta. And when they said, oi, we still want that witness testimony, he just scalped again. And he hasn't been found since. After that, Ferrarini gave his testimony, then look, we don't have time to relitigate the whole trial. So let's just go straight to the verdict. Guilty!
Guilty!
Schettino was found guilty of multiple manslaughter, causing a shipwreck, abandoning ship, and lying to authorities. He is sentenced to 16 years and 1 month in prison.
Okay. Deserved.
Wait, there's still the appeals. The appeals trial begins. And the verdict on the appeal? Surprise! Rejected!
Yay!
So Schettino's lawyers appealed again. And the verdict on the final appeal?
Schettino made multiple attempts to secure a plea deal, but was denied by the prosecution each time. The prosecution called for Schettino to be sentenced to 26 years in prison, calling the incident a Titanic affair.
Oh, okay, I see what you did there.
Schettino was not present. His lawyer stated that he was waiting outside of the jail for the ruling, so that if his plea was rejected, he could immediately start serving his sentence. And with that, 5 years and 4 months after the disaster, he was finally in a cell.
Dude, took him long enough.
I will not be making any comment.
Yup, took him long enough. That's insane. What is this, bro?
The salvage operation was enormous. It took over 2 years and cost
has
an
to go
estimated
until 2038,
$1.2
bro.
billion. Beginning in early
Jesus.
2012,
Yeah, well
they
deserved.
first spent 2 months pumping fuel from the ship's tanks. At the same time, they had to pump seawater in so that the balance wasn't affected and the ship didn't slide around. In early 2013,
This must
a
have
platform
cost
was
so
built
much
under
as
the
well,
ship
by the way.
to prevent it from falling further. Sponsons were then attached to the sides of the ship and cables attached to the underwater platform.
Okay.
The sponsons were then dragged underwater and opened up to allow the ocean to fill them. The ship could then roll over properly.
Okay.
By late 2013, the ship was upright once more.
Alright.
The sponsons were then attached to the side of the ship to help keep it balanced. It now rested partially above water and crews could
How
walk
did they
around
manage to
safely.
get rid of the
By July
entire ship?
2014, the water was removed from the sponsons and compressed air was pumped in to lift the ship. And she was ready to cruise again. This time to a port in Genoa. It was a 4-day towing journey to the docks where a 2-year process of dismantling and recycling would begin.
Wow.
That same weekend of the towing, Schettino was busy. He was the guest of honor at a white party on an island in the Bay of Naples. He appeared on the front page of a local newspaper.
Don't piss me off.
Flanked by 2 of Italy's
Don't give me
most
his face.
eligible
I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off.
Anyway, so these are the things that I remember from the Cost of Concordia. That sweet
beautiful
maiden of the sea. And as for you, little fella,
you're coming with me.
it's time to return you from whence you came.
Meow, 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 meow. Beautiful. Absolutely.
6 quick things. 1. NordVPN, good product, check them out. Number 2, there's a new video on the second channel. You probably didn't see it because it was temporarily restricted. Now it's not. Enjoy. 3, if you've never seen the second channel before, give it a go.
Beautiful.
It's a different type of content, but we put a lot of production into it. It's not just offcuts. 4, there are a couple secret channels as well, but I ain't telling you where they are. 5, no more 45-minute videos on the main channel. Back to 10 to 15 minutes and more of them.
Alright, I think we can stop here. But holy moly, was this video a ride. I think I have never been so mad. I've never been so mad at idiots before than I have right now. 07 indeed in the chat, man. F the captain. I feel like I just played a League of Legends game. I played it so perfectly, but I still have 4 idiots in my team that are actively working against me to make sure that I lose this game. This is how I feel watching this. Genuinely how I felt watching this. But yes, guys, that was the Cost of Concordia. Hope you guys liked this one, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, bye, bye. And welcome back to the other side. Thank you so much for watching the video, and if you liked it, make sure you like and subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss another video. And make sure you also check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/JuviraArachne. And as always, thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. You guys are amazing, and I couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much to Shredded Ninja, Asadai, Yumeo, Connor Quinny, Falloon, Tao Aku, Moket, Draxon, Lurker Samson, OwnCoder78, and Tara McMahon. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.